Where are we going?
Up Cheyenne Mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's coming with us?
Our wild, feral Savannah cat. Okay, I have a couple thoughts I want to share. First one is, when you're in a relationship, so often the common thing to do is to create an expectation for who your partner is, who they can be, and who they will become. And usually that perception has to do with our capability to hold who it is that we perceive them as or perceive them to be. And so something I was really feeling into and thinking about is, why does cheating happen? Why does infidelity happen? Why are so many relationships ending? Well, I think a lot of times is that people don't give their partner an opportunity to unfold, to be someone new. They don't give their partner an opportunity to be seen with new, fresh eyes that say, I don't know who you are and I'm excited to get to know you. And I feel like that actually would be, if there was a recipe, but that would be my point of view as to what would create lasting passion in your relationship, what would create continual fulfillment. And what do I mean by that? Meaning you are able in your relationship to feel like who you are is simultaneously known and unknown. But so often in relationships, we feel afraid to express maybe a new side of ourselves, or a side of ourselves that perhaps is more spiritual, more silly, or more sexual, more playful, anything like that. And oftentimes it's a part of ourselves that we judge about ourselves. So we will attract a partner, if we are judging ourselves, who will in a one way or another not be able to hold space for the part of you that you want to step into that you are also judging. So you'll manifest a partner who maybe judges that part of you too, but when you do the inner work and you start to accept yourself, you start to love yourself, you start to give yourself permission to be new, to be unknown, even if it's outside of the parameters, the context of what your partner knows you to be as. So if you're in a long-term committed relationship, my question for you is, how can you view your partner with new eyes? With an open lens that says, I don't know the full spectrum terrain of who you are, and quite honestly, I never will, I never can. And I'm excited to see you unfold. I'm excited to create that space for you to blossom and unravel into new parts of who you are. And so if you're also requesting this in a relationship, it's important that you give that to your partner. Do you have an expectation that they're always going to show up in the same way? They're going to say the same thing? Do you judge them in your mind before you hear them sharing their thoughts and their ideas? So it goes both ways. If you're feeling this, most likely you're also doing it. Unfortunately, that's just how it works. So there's many, many pieces to this, but from my perspective, the ways out and the ways through are love yourself, accept yourself. The more you do that, the more you'll be able to, as a natural byproduct, give that acceptance, that understanding to other people, because you realize that it is the most beautiful thing in a loving relationship to accept someone in an area that they feel vulnerable, that they feel afraid to share this. If you can accept that and invite them to share that part of themselves, they're going to be so grateful and they're going to be devoted to you for life. And you're just going to have an amazing, enriching relationship and partnership that continues to grow and blossom and unfold on a daily basis, that is never redundant, it's never boring, it's always new, it's always exciting, and it's passionate, and it's juicy and delicious. Because why? You can be anybody. You can be who it is that you are. You can be unscripted. So many relationships become scripted, and that's how passions die. That's how people get resentful, and that's how they superimpose their power onto someone else, assuming my partner has to change, my partner has to accept me and my newness, or my partner has to grow and be different, but they're not taking the power for themselves. How can you take the power for yourselves and say, I get to be whoever it is that I truly am, whether or not my partner can hold space for that? And what does that communicate? That communicates that your partner needs to rise to meet you there, because you're going to be your true authentic self and you're not going to hold back. So many people stay in relationships that are not fulfilling, but then they find someone else who they feel seen, they feel excited by, they feel that they can be anybody. And that's why so many relationships don't work, especially speaking to monogamous relationships. And if you want a committed, exciting, juicy, delicious monogamous relationship, how can you create that same feeling that people get when there is infidelity within the relationship? That excitement, that newness, that freshness. Well, you have to recognize you will never be with a known entity. Your partner will always be unfolding and expanding. Your partner will always have more to them that maybe you don't know. And you have to be willing to let your partner teach you something. So often too, that's another thing that creates resistances in relationships. We're very likely to receive wisdom and guidance and support from someone who we don't have a committed relationship with, because a lot of times we filter their communication through our previous traumas. So how can we work through those traumas and release them within ourselves so we can meet our partner with fresh eyes? We can receive the value, the wisdom, the love that they want to pour into us that so often maybe we're just not even able to receive. There's so many levels, there's so many layers to this, but my encouragement and my inspiration for you is that it can change. It is possible. Esther Perel talks about how so many people have multiple marriages, and you can have multiple marriages with different people, or you can have multiple marriages within your one marriage. And that's the exciting opportunity here, that you can allow both yourself and your partner to grow, unravel, to change, to expand, to be new, to discover. That's the secret to lasting happiness, I think. It's curiosity. Are you curious about your partner? Or do you think in the back of your head and your mind that you know everything that there is to know about your partner and they can't be new? And does that infringe on their potentiality to be their true authentic self? Because on a subtle nonverbal level, they can pick up on that silent judgment that you have that says they are limited by their ability to express who it is that they are. So you can retract that back in and say, I allow my partner the space to become. I'm with them in the becoming of who it is that they are. That's what marriage is. That's what a long-term partnership is. You choose someone who you walk alongside their becoming of who it is that they are, and you invite someone who can hold space for your becoming, who's not going to hold you back, who's not going to limit you, who's not going to judge you, because what is a judgment? That's limiting someone's potential to be who it is that they truly are. So I hope that you can create non-judgment, openness, acceptance, and curiosity in your relationship, and discover that you can have a lasting, passionate, enriching relationship when you do those things. So much love. And if you want to dive deeper with me on this, I offer spiritual life coaching as well as relationship coaching, and I also coach life coaches who want to become life coaches. So if any of that is interesting to you, you can go ahead and click the link for my website down below, subscribe to my channel, hit the like button. That really helps me out and brings a big smile to my face. So hope you have an amazing day. Much love. Bye.
Yeah, there we go. Now we're dancing.
You see the mountain over there? It's like a woman's curves. You must know her well to know her curves.
There we are.